While folding laundry in my daughter's room, Emma grabbed my wrist so hard it hurt. "Mom," she whispered, her voice shaking. "Sure. Don't move, look." I bent down to where she was pointing under the bed. And I froze. There in the shadows was a small black camera, its red light blinking, aimed directly at her bed. I didn't scream. I didn't cry. I grabbed my phone and took a picture. Then I called the police. For hours later, my mother-in-law's face went pale when the detective showed her the evidence, because it turned out the camera wasn't the only thing hidden in my house. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Let me rewind. My name is Sarah Mitchell. I'm 34, a teacher and a widow. My husband Tom died 2 years ago. A heart attack, no warning, just gone. 1 minute we were planning Emma's 7th birthday party. The next, I was signing papers at a funeral home, trying not to collapse. After Tom died, everything became a blur. Work, bills, Emma's school, repeat. I taught 5th grade, which meant grading papers until midnight and surviving on coffee that tasted like regret. Emma and I created routines to survive. Movie nights every Friday, pancakes every Sunday. It wasn't much, but it was ours. Tom's mom, Linda, started visiting more after he passed. At first, I was grateful. She'd bring groceries, help with Emma's homework, stay for dinner. "You're doing so much alone," she'd say, touching my shoulder. "Let me help." I thought she was being kind. I was wrong. Linda had another son, Mike, Tom's younger brother. Mike was 29, recently divorced, and according to Linda, struggling to find his purpose. She started bringing him along to our house every single week. "Mike's great with kids," she'd say, pushing him toward Emma. "Right, Mike." Mike would smile awkwardly and nod. At first, it was fine. He'd play board games with Emma, fix our leaky sink, mow the lawn. But then things got weird. Mike started showing up alone without calling first. He'd knock on the door at 7 p.m. with takeout. "Thought you might be tired from work," he'd say. Emma would groan quietly. "Uncle Mike again." One night, Mike stayed until almost 10 p.m., just sitting on our couch, talking about how lonely his apartment felt. "You guys are like the family I lost," he said, staring at me a little too long. I tried to be kind. Like, "We appreciate the help, but maybe call before coming over." He looked hurt. "Tom would have wanted me to take care of you." That line, that exact line, he used it like a master key to unlock every boundary I tried to set. Mike started knowing things he shouldn't know. One Tuesday, he texted me, "Good luck with Emma's parent-teacher conference today." I stared at my phone, confused. I hadn't told him about the conference. I hadn't told anyone except a coworker. When I asked Emma, she shook her head. "I didn't tell Uncle Mike, Mom." The next week, he mentioned Emma's dentist appointment. The exact time. "How do you know about that?" I asked carefully. "Emma must have mentioned it," he said quickly. Emma looked at me, eyes wide. I didn't. Then came the moment that made my stomach drop. I was cleaning Emma's room one afternoon and noticed her desk drawer was organized. Too organized. Emma's not messy, but she's 8. Her drawers are chaos. Markers, papers, stickers everywhere. But now everything was stacked neatly. "Emma, did you clean this?" I asked. She shook her head, confused. "No." "Why?" I didn't answer because I didn't want to scare her, but my brain was screaming. That night, I started paying closer attention. And that's when I noticed Mike's car parked across the street from our house. Engine off, just sitting there. At 9 p.m. on a Wednesday, when I looked out the window, he saw me and drove away quickly. Meanwhile, Linda's visits became intense. She'd ask Emma questions in this sweet, concerned voice. "Does Mommy help you with homework, sweetheart? Does Mommy ever leave you alone? Do you feel safe?" Emma would answer honestly because she's a kid. Sometimes Mom works late, but Miss Carol babysits me. Linda would nod slowly like she was taking notes. One evening, I overheard Linda on the phone in our kitchen. She's overwhelmed, Linda whispered. Working full-time, barely home. Emma deserves better. My blood went cold. I walked in. Linda, who are you talking to? She jumped, startled. Oh, just my sister. I was telling her how hard you're working. But her face told a different story. That weekend, Linda asked if she could take Emma for a sleepover. Just one night, she said sweetly. You need rest. Something in my gut screamed *no star. Maybe next time, I said carefully. Linda's smile faded. Just for a second. Then it came back, forced. Of course, she said tightly. After she left, Emma whispered, Mom. Grandma asks a lot of questions about you. Like what? Like if you're ever too tired to make dinner, or if you forget to pick me up from school. I crouched down to her level. And what do you tell her? The truth, Emma said. That you never forget. That you always make dinner, even when you're tired. I hugged her tight. But inside, I was terrified. 3 days later, Emma was playing in her room when she dropped her favorite toy under the bed. I was folding laundry when she called me over, voice shaking. Sure. Don't move. Look. I bent down and there it was, a small black camera, lens pointed at her bed, red recording light blinking. My heart stopped. I grabbed my phone with trembling hands and took a photo. Then I grabbed Emma and we left the room immediately. Sweetie, go to the living room and watch TV, I said, keeping my voice calm. Mom, what was that? She asked, scared. I don't know yet, but I'm going to find out. I called 911. There's a hidden camera in my daughter's bedroom, I said, trying not to cry. I need police here now. The operator stayed on the line. Officers are on the way. Don't touch the camera. Stay in a safe location. 20 minutes later, 2 officers arrived. They searched the house and what they found made me sick. A camera in Emma's room. A camera in the living room hidden in a smoke detector. A camera in the bathroom tucked behind a vent. 3 cameras, all actively recording. Who has access to your home? The officer asked. My hands were shaking. My mother-in-law, Linda, and her son, Mike. The officer's face went serious. Do they have keys? I nodded slowly. Linda has a spare for emergencies. The police pulled footage from the cameras and there he was, Mike, entering our house while we were gone, installing the cameras, checking them, adjusting them. But it got worse. The detective found something else on Mike's laptop when they searched his apartment. Hundreds of photos of me, of Emma, at the park, at school, at the grocery store, time-stamped, organized into folders by date. There were also documents, printed PDFs, petition for custody evaluation, evidence of neglect, working mother, character concerns, Catherine Mitchell. Wait, Catherine ? That's not even my name. My name is Sarah. The detective looked confused. Then he checked the documents again. Mrs. Mitchell, he said slowly. These documents reference another case. A different woman named Catherine Miller. My stomach dropped. What does that mean? I whispered. He hesitated. It means your mother-in-law may have done this before. They investigated Linda's history. Turns out Linda had tried this exact scheme 5 years ago with her other daughter-in-law, Catherine, after Linda's oldest son divorced her. Linda hired a private investigator, gathered evidence, and filed for grandparents' rights. She lost. The court called it harassment. And now she was trying again with me. Linda was arrested. So was Mike. Charges: unlawful surveillance, stalking, invasion of privacy. Mike confessed everything. He said Linda convinced him I was unfit, that Tom would have wanted them to save Emma. He cried in the interrogation room. I thought I was helping. But you know what? I didn't feel sorry for him, because he chose to invade our home. He chose to watch my daughter sleep. At the trial, Linda barely looked at me. The judge gave her a restraining order. No contact with Emma or me, ever. Mike got probation and mandatory therapy. I changed the locks, installed a real security system, and taught Emma that no one gets to make her feel unsafe in her own home. A year later, Emma and I are okay. We still have movie nights. We still make pancakes on Sundays. And sometimes when she hugs me before bed, she whispers, "I'm glad you listened, Mom." Me too, sweetheart. Me too. So, let me ask you this. Have you ever had someone use concern as an excuse to control your life? How do you know when help stops being help and starts being surveillance? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching. If this story got to you, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next one. See you next time.